Hello, Balanced, and welcome to your Balanced Cardio Boxing class. My name is Leah, and I will be your instructor today, taking you through this full body workout where we will incorporate the technique of boxing, put it together for some cardio, and also get that strength in there. All we need for class today is a bottle of water, a mat, and a clear space. We will use the mat to be going down on the floor, so if you're not ready to go on the floor, that's okay. Just have a clear wall nearby. We're going to begin with our warm-up here after our balanced breath. Go ahead and find your place. Take a big inhale. Warm-up is going to begin in 3, 2, 1. Release those arms. We're going to start our windmills here. Reaching those arms up, feet together. Go ahead and hinge forward, reaching towards the toes. Tiny bend in the knees, and then we're going to start to roll it up, starting at the tailbone. Low spine, mid spine, shoulders back. Good. Take that again. Hello, Gail. Good morning. Reaching forward, bending the knees, rolling it up, and release. Good. Now, if you are just beginning your morning here, feel free to take this one nice and slow, nice and gentle. We're just getting some movement in our spine here. And also starting to think about that posture and that core engagement as we roll it up. Give me one more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. And gently coming back to that roll. Beautiful. Go ahead and widen the legs. We're going to start to just reach our arms overhead here. Nice and long. Reach through the fingertips. And if you would like to start adding a little tap of the legs here, you're going to take it upper corner, take it down. Up, and down. Beautiful. Now this move here is all about taking up space, reaching long through the fingertips. So if it feels better to slow it down, really feel that stretch, feel free to do that as well. Whatever feels better for you. We have 10 more seconds. And then we're going into our third warm-up move here. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Hands on our hips. Go ahead and step the feet together. Left leg is going to step behind you. Drop the heel all the way down. Kick the foot. Reset. Other side. Step the toe back. Drop the heel. Nice big kick. Reach and reset. Beautiful. You can add these arms here. Once you start to feel good, start to feel comfortable, start to feel a little bit more balanced between the right and the left sides of the body. Good. So not thinking about this as a lunge, but a calf stretch. We're stretching out the whole back side of our leg here, and then we're kicking it forward, getting a little balance test. If your balance is not great right away, that's okay. We'll work to it, we'll get there. Some days are easier than others. Exhale, breathe. For 4, 3, 2, we have one more move. Go ahead and step that right foot out long, left foot out long. Lean into the right hip as we drop down into the knee bend. You can even press into the thigh. Push off, circle the hips around, take it to the other side. Push off and circle. Good. This one can feel really nice, really open your body here as we go side to side. Hips wiggle forward, making a half circle, getting nice and deep into our inner thighs and into our hip. Beautiful. All right, we got 20 seconds left of this move. Can you get a little deeper? Can you hinge a little bit further with those hips? Good. That is it, looking good. Let's get right into this workout here in 3, 2, 1, go ahead and bring those feet together. Stand up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back. We're going to take one leg. I'm going to start with my left leg back here. Make sure our toes are on 2 separate lines. From here, we're going to take our heels, turn them toes out, and just start to take a little bounce here. Bouncing through the knees, feel the ground underneath you. We want to think about rooting ourselves into the ground, so really pressing our heels into it. Now as we do that, roll those shoulders back, sit up tall. Hands in a fist by the hands. Good, bounce it out here. Front to back, find that grounding. And now we're gonna take this to the other side. So bring those feet together, facing front. Step the other foot back. Turn those toes out, heels in. Take that little bounce. Front to back, beautiful. Making those fists with your hands. We're gonna start to alternate this fighting stance, side to side. Looks like this. In, step it out. In and out. In and out, beautiful. You know the drill, so we're finding our fighter stance, figuring out which one feels best for you. Thinking about squeezing our shoulder blades together. Hands are gonna be up at the jawbones or at the cheeks the whole time, yeah? We're gonna pick one side, pick your favorite side. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead and pick that favorite side. Shake it out. Go ahead and take your front arm, raise it up into the air. Pull it back down, that's gonna be our first punch. It's our jab, plant the feet. Reach the arm out, pull it back in. Reach out and in, good. Now check it out. As I'm reaching out, I'm turning that front shoulder forward, my back shoulder pulls back. My 2 knuckles are reaching to the other side of my room, a little faster. Jab, jab, shh, good. Now every time you punch, exhale through the mouth. Like an SH sound, you're shushing someone in the library. Every time we punch, shh, 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 beautiful. 10 more seconds. And then we're gonna go into our cross. It's gonna be the same thing, but with the back arm. Let's try it slow. Cross, reset. Cross, reset. Awesome, that looks so good. Now as you cross, reach the arm out straight and take your back foot, turn the knee in. That's gonna help us to turn that side body. Shh, get our obliques going. Little faster. Cross, cross. Nice. Cross, cross. That is it. Woo, keep it going. Let's start to get that heart rate up. We want to exert ourselves here. 3 more. 3, 2, let's put it together. Jab, cross, here we go. Jab, cross, reset. Jab, cross, reset. Jab, cross, reset. Whoo, good, 4 more. 4, beautiful. 3, 2, last one. Bounce it out, bounce it out. All right, wave that front hand again. We're gonna go for our front hook. Looks like this. Hook, reset. Join me there. Hook, yeah, reset. So I'm turning my knee. I'm showing you the side of my forearm here. Shh. Yes, my elbow stays lifted up. Yep, and I'm using that front foot to turn myself. Good, a little faster. Front hook. Front hook. Now the way it goes out, it comes back that same way. We go for the punch and then think you just hit rewound on your video camera. Bring it back. Go ahead, 3 more. 3, 2, let's go right into that back hook. 1, back hook. Shh. Same thing with our back arm now. Good. Pivoting that foot, lifting the heel. Good, keep it up. We got 4, 3, 2 more, and then we're gonna put this together. Front hook, back hook. Let's get it, let's get it. Hook, hook. Front hook, back hook. Yes, this is non-stop, nice and quick. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bounce it out. All right, shake those arms out. They're getting hard, just holding up there, right? Feeling it. Find that fighter stance, bounce the knees here. Find your floor. Take that front arm, drop the elbow down. Connect it to that front hip. Now use your hip to get down low. And take that punch up to the ceiling. Go ahead, take it right back. Get down low. Punch up to the ceiling. Reset. Low. Up to the ceiling. One more time. Low. Up to the ceiling. Go ahead, just like that. Front uppercut. This is our 5th punch here. By now, that arm should be tired, holding next to the face. And the force of our punch. Feel the tension in our arms here. Breathe for 4, 3, 2. Let's go right to that back uppercut, back arm. Punch it up, reset. Punch it up, reset. So same thing, I'm gonna drop to my hip. Reach up to the ceiling, reset. Punch up, reset. Good, whew, reset. Almost there, almost there. Exhale, breathe. Ha, yes, for 3, 2, last one. Alternate those punches. Uppercut, uppercut. Front to back. This is gonna be non-stop. We're gonna go as fast as we can here for 30 seconds. Here we go. Uppercuts, uppercuts. Whoo, keeping it going. If your feet are feeling a little crazy, the coordination is getting hard, don't use the feet, just use the arms. Breathing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Water break in 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoo, grab some water. Beautiful, beautiful work. That was our warm-up and section 1. We have a 1-minute rest here, and then we're gonna come down to the floor for some strength. So grab your mat. As I mentioned, if you're not comfortable going to the floor today, that's okay. 2 of our exercises are standing and just 1 on the floor. So I'll give you a wall version for that. When you're ready, go ahead and grab that mat. Roll out your red carpet. And we're gonna start today with squats. So it's gonna be our first move. We're gonna get into glutes, hamstrings, quads, all that good stuff. So go ahead and meet me on your mat. We'll start standing, shoulders roll back. I'm gonna have you stand about shoulder width apart. If you want a little bit more range in your hips, go ahead and turn those toes out. Stand up tall, and hands are gonna come together. Nice and slow. We're gonna start to drop the hips, bend the knees, hinge forward with the chest. As you get to the bottom, see if you can rock the weights into your heels a little bit more. Exhale, pop it back up. Squeeze the glutes. Lower down. And press, yeah? So this is 30 seconds. And then we'll go right into our second exercise. 30 seconds there, right into our third exercise. And then we'll take a break. So you have 30 seconds each exercise to give me as much as you can. I would love for about 70% of your maximum effort, yeah? So that means you should be really pushing yourself. You should be feeling fatigued, breaking a sweat. And if not, I'm gonna ask you to give me a little bit more. Push yourself a little bit harder than you think you can. Good, we have 5 more seconds here. Let's go for 1 more. Make it your lowest squat. Press on up and come to the top of your mat. Hands on our hips for balance. We're gonna step 1 foot back. If this feels good, great, stay here. Otherwise, you're gonna drop the knee to a lunge. Reset, stand up tall. Make sure we're back to our 2 feet. Other side, step back, find your lunge, reset together. Alternating lunges, side to side. We want to try to really drop our knees down low, keep the chest up tall. And if you've gone too low and you can't quite make it back up, take that first version. Stepping back, taking a micro bend, resetting. Yeah, pick the version that feels best for you today and give it your all. We got 5 seconds and then we're taking it down to the floor or to our wall in 3, 2, 1. Hold it here if you're on the floor with me. Drop the knee. Go ahead and plant your hands, lower down. Now if you're on the wall, you're gonna take everything I'm doing and press into the wall here. We're gonna bring our shoulders over our wrists. Knees are gonna reach back so that we're nice and flat along our spine. This is going to be a half plank, rolling the shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, pressing the navel to the spine. 30 seconds to hold it here. Or you can reach onto the toes, lift the knees, hold a full plank. Yeah, we're already more than halfway into it, so keep holding on our wall. We're looking here, holding tall, squeezing the shoulder blades together. That's it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release, drop those knees. Whoo, take a little child's pose. We're gonna come back on our feet, so take your time. We have 30 seconds. And then we're gonna go back to the top, back to our squats. Yeah? Second time around, we know what to do. We know what our job is. We know those form cues. Let's really push, maybe 80% of your maximum effort this time. Hands together, we take those low squats. Here we go. Down low, and press, beautiful. Low, and press, good. Now, as you press into your heels on the way up, it makes it a bit more of a weight-bearing movement. So we're really pushing into the floor, fighting against that surface. And press, beautiful. Lower, and press. You should be starting to feel it in your glutes, in your quads. They should be tired. But what we want to do is continue to work into where we're tired, because that's where we grow, that's where we get stronger. Good. One more. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Come on back to your mat. Hands either together on your hips, wherever's comfortable. We step it back. This time adding a high knee, balance challenge. Step back, high knee. Challenge yourself at the top. Step it back, reset. Step it back, reset. Beautiful. Whew. I know these are difficult. I know they make your legs feel so heavy, like we're carrying the weight of the world in our legs. But remember, this is where we do the hard work here so that our everyday life becomes easier. Beautiful. One more on each leg. And we take it down to the floor or to our wall. Plank hold. Ready, set. Here we go. Drop on down. You're either finding that half plank. Option one, squeezing the shoulder blades together, reaching the navel up to the spine. You're on your wall or you're on your toes. If it feels too easy, you're not doing it right. You want to press the belly button up to the spine even more, squeeze the shoulder blades even more. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads. Everything is working here. Whoo! How we doing? 5, 4, 3, 2, keep it up, Gail. 1, nice and gently drop down to those knees. Take it back to a child's pose stretch. Woo, lengthen through the back. Amazing, amazing work. All right, we have a water break. Take 1 minute, roll up your mat, grab a sip of water, and we'll meet back on the floor for our final section of class. Here's what we have in store. We're gonna go back to our boxing. We're gonna build a combo. And we're gonna revisit these strengthening moves. Somewhere in between there, yeah? So we have cardio and strength coming up. Grab that nice big sip. Find your fighter stance. Shoulders roll back. Nice tight fist with our hands. Find your cheekbones, bend your knees. Bounce it out, here we go. All right. Into our fighter stance. We're gonna start with our jab cross. Jab cross, reset. Jab cross, reset. Jab cross, beautiful. We know this one. So here's what we're gonna do here. Jab, jab, cross, looks like this. Jab, jab, cross. Bounce it out again. Jab, jab, cross. Bounce it out. Jab, jab, cross. Bounce it out. That's our combo. Or at least the first part of it. Get comfortable with this. Punching that front arm 2 times. Front, front, back. Bounce it out. A little in between. Front, front, back. All right. Non-stop. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. Whoo! All of your effort, all of your energy into these punches here. Imagine there's a foam wall in front of you. You want to tear it down. You want that wall to crumble down by punching through the foam. Ha! Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. Beautiful. Here we go. For 5, 4, we have our squats. In 3, 2, 1. Stand feet shoulder width apart. Lower down, lower, and press. Now here's where we slow it down. Physically, we're slow it down. but you're still giving me that 70, 80% of your maximum effort. That means we are tired by this point. It is hard to talk, it is hard to carry a conversation. We're probably sweating, but we're having fun. We're loving every second of it, right? Whew. If nothing else, remember we're almost done. So let's go back to that fighting stance in 3, 2, 1. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. All right, we're gonna add to this combo. We have jab, jab, cross, front hook, front uppercut, yeah? Bounce it out. Front hook, front upper. Hook, reset, upper. Start to build the tempo. Hook, upper, hook, upper. Remember, if that footwork is too much, keep the foot planted. Hook, upper. Hey. All right, let's add this in. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. Front hook, front upper. Jab, jab, cross. Hook, upper. Jab, jab, cross. Front hook, front upper. Nice. Breathing. Hook, upper. One more. Jab, jab, cross. Front hook, front upper. Nice. Bounce it out. We got our lunge to our high knees. Ready? Set. Let's go. Find that spot on the floor. Lunge it back. High knee. Now, we are more than halfway through class. So, if you've worked so hard, your legs are really having a hard time finding balance, find your wall nearby. Hold on to that for some stability. And once you're feeling good, you can always step away from the wall and you can always pick it right back up. Whatever you need to do to be the most successful in this move, do it. Almost there, almost there. We have 3, 2, can you step back a little farther? Last one. 1. All right, back to that fighting stance. Bounce it out. Jab, jab, cross. Front hook, front upper. Again, jab, jab, cross. Front hook, front upper. Jab, jab, cross. Hook, upper. Jab, jab, cross. Front hook, front upper. Whoo! Give me one more. Jab, jab, cross. Front hook, front upper. Back hook, back uppercut. Back hook, back upper. Hook and upper, yeah? Same thing that we added on before, just with our other arm. Back hook, back upper without the feet. Looks like this. Hook, upper. Whoo! Can we add it all together? Jab, jab, cross. Front hook, front upper, back hook, back upper. Try it again, same tempo. Jab, jab, cross. Front hook, front upper, back hook, back upper. Again, that tempo. If you're ready to take it up a notch, go ahead and start taking this at the tempo you need. Jab, jab, cross. Front hook, front upper. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna go a little faster. Try to join me. Jab, jab, cross. Hook, upper, hook, upper. Jab, jab, cross. Hook, upper, hook, upper. Yes, jab, jab, cross. Hook, upper. Whoo! 2 more. And then you know what's coming. We got that plank. Last one. Jab, jab, cross. Front hook, front upper. Back hook, back upper. Breathe, shake it out. Find your plank. We're either on the wall, shoulders over the wrists, or we're on our floor here. Maybe half plank, maybe full plank. This is your last 30 seconds. Pick what challenges you the most, but also allows you to keep that form, squeezing the shoulder blades together, navel to spine. Glute squeeze, quad squeeze. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. Come on up to those feet. Take your time. We have a little 20 seconds here. And then we're gonna get right back to that fighter stance. If you're here and you're ready, find your bounce. Jab, jab, cross. jab, jab cross, front hook, front upper, back hook, back upper, 4 jab crosses, jab, jab cross, front hook, front upper, back hook, back upper, 1, 2, 3, again, jab, jab cross, hook, upper, and 4 jab crosses, jab, jab cross, front hook, front upper, back hook, back upper, 4 jab crosses, again, jab, jab cross, front hook, front upper, back hook, back upper, 1, 2, 3, again, jab, jab cross, hook, upper, whoo, yes, jab, cross, one more, jab, jab cross, hook, upper, jab, cross, here we go, bounce it out, we're gonna go for a little speed round here, non-stop jab cross as fast as we can, front arm, back arm, here we go, jab cross, nice and quick, reaching it all the way out, creating that tension in our arms. Why? Because we have one more arm burning strength exercise to add in here. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, meet me back in that plank. Back on our plank, yeah? On the wall or on the floor. I'm gonna take this one on my knees. Here's what we have. If you're feeling already challenged here, stay here. We're gonna drop down, push up, and then reach down to a child's pose. Yeah, drop down, push up. We get a little stretch, child's pose. If you're on the wall, you're just gonna go straight for those push-ups. Yeah, you can take a stretch if you need it. But we're going right into it, yeah? Lower. And lift, give me one more. Lower. And press. And release, beautiful, hold here, hold. Find that child's pose. Start to slowly walk the hands in towards the knees. Lift the chest. We did it, we made it. Go ahead and grab a sip of water, quick water break, and then we'll get right into our cool down here. Whew, nice work. We got our combo going. We added in some push-ups. Bye, Gail. Have a good walk. All right. Cooling it down. Let's go ahead and come to our floor. Start to roll those shoulders back, open the chest. You know how it is. A lot of times in boxing, we can get a little bit rounded forward. So we're going to use this time to open our chest. Maybe close your eyes if it feels good here. And breathe. Good. When you're ready, relax those shoulders. Start to roll the head one direction, tucking the chin, and taking your eyes to the ceiling. And then when you're ready, switch it out, other side. Beautiful. Stretching out any tension that might be remaining in your body. Letting it go. When you're ready, bring that chin up. Reach those arms out. Start to roll through the wrists here. Good. Taking it one direction and then the other. Might be feeling a little tense from that tight fist that we've held. So let your fingertips just kind of flare out and breathe. Good. And here we're going to interlace together. Reach those arms in front of you. If that feels good, you want to get a little deeper, you can reach overhead, open the chest. And gently release. Beautiful. Go ahead and start to move your hips in a circle. One direction and then the other. And we're going to take this into one of the moves that we began with. Maybe we're a little bit more open this time. We come into that side body. Press off and reach. Good. Now, if you're feeling a little bit more open through the hips than you are when we began, you can always take those legs a little wider, get a little deeper into the stretch. One option for you. Beautiful. We have 5 more seconds here. Let's go for 1 more on each side. Good. And when you're ready, big inhale, bend through the knees, open the arms, reach up to your ceiling. Stretch so far through your fingertips, feel nice and alive, and exhale. Let it go. Thank you so much for joining me for this balanced cardio boxing class. My name is Leah, and I will see you next week.